Good morning, everybody. When I meet the youth, I get excited because I wish you well. Yet, you seem to be throwing your hands in despair. That Ghana cry, how many of you believe that Ghana will be well? Very few. That you don't have any hope. Raise up your hand. You don't have any hope in Ghana. The next 1 year, how many of you would wish to travel outside? Almost all of you are willing and wishing to go. And you, Donald Trump will not receive you. It's not wealth or W-O-R-T-H. It's wealth. Instead of W-A-A-L-T-H. Wealth. Next slide. I want you to read what is on the wall. You know, today I want to make a change. I'll give you just about 10 minutes presentation, and I'll ask some people to come on the stage to ask me questions that is bothering you. Because personally, I don't see anything wrong with Ghana. I don't see anything wrong with the human beings. I don't see why we cannot make it. So I want to know what is really, really worrying you. Why you are not making it? Why you think you cannot make it? I see you guys very, very rich. Owning the moving pigs, golden tulips, the best contractors in the system. In the aviation industry, I don't see any Ghanaian there. I want to see you guys in there. And the problem is, if you are able to answer this teaser, that Alex and Mensa have been given a task to fell trees. The same day, with the same tool, which is the axe. Mensa felled 6 trees, as opposed to 3 from Alex. What could have accounted for the difference? Is it because Alex went extra mile? Or doing the felling differently by Mensa? Or using the same tool but sharpening it occasionally by Mensa? What do you think caused the difference? Anybody? Today should be interactive. Yes. That's what you think. Any other? Yes.
Employed other workers to help in the filling of the tree.
Oh, the 2 of them only. 1-1. He thinks that he might have engaged other people to help him. No. Ghana is like the tree. And we are all felling the tree. If you do it the same way, by the same type, we get the same results. So we have been felling 3 trees a day. 1960, 1980, the same in 1990, 2000, and unfortunately, 2018, we are going to fell only 3. Why? The syllabus that has been given to these people in the senior high school at the university, the same syllabus, the same notes, with the same books, written by outsiders, not insiders. So the way we have been trained gives us a specific mindset. And that's why we are where we are. My dear friends, we are in the 21st century. We are not in the 20th. We are not in the 19th. Things have changed. So if you do the same thing, the same way, we'll get the same results. This morning, my message to you is to do things differently. What am I saying? To do things the same way that you go to church. The past 5 years, last year, this year, the same. Where you even sit at the church, I can challenge you that it's the same place that you sit. The friends that you have kept, the same. The way you sleep in your room, the same. May the people make a change. Can you live differently now? That when you go home, please change the position of your pillow. So that you can begin to have a change in your life. Sometimes sleep across the bed. Like your head is coming down. Yes, come down, and then fall down. You will be training the spine. Please. You have used the same towel the last 2 years. So you see that there's a line. It's tearing in the middle. You are still using the same towel, the same sponge. Please, tomorrow, change your sponge. I'm being serious. And that when we teach you, because you are so used to the same way, by listening and not walking the talk, we will still finish this seminar and it will still be the same. When you go on break, please don't come and sit the same spot. I had an amitio, so push. No, when you come back, please don't sit where you are sitting now. Okay? Can you make a change now? Make a change. Make a change. And don't say that in the morning when I came, I sat here. So that's where I will say, please make a change, everybody. Dang. Make a change. Yes. By the count of 5, everybody would have sat down. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I'm happy that you've made a change. And now make the change in your mind, though. Not by physically changing the seat, but in your mind. You have to change in your mind. And Christ even told us in Romans chapter 12, verses 3, that let us have a change in the mindset. America is different because they make innovations. Europe is also making a change. Britain is getting out of EU. So a change. Otherwise, I tell you, look at the slide. Everywhere there are challenges. Everywhere. Our mighty America is even borrowing 800 billion from China. When our last government went to China to borrow 3 billion, there was hue and cry in Ghana. Only 3. And America went for 800 billion. You want to go to China, there's volcano. The volcano comes and the lava covers a whole city. And can you imagine that you were in that city? You will be covered. Now we can't go to Middle East. There's this migration. Germany, Holland, they are all suffering. So if you are aspiring to go abroad, I have to warn you, you are not receiving friends from Africa anymore. By my own experience, if you save in Britain, Holland, Germany, they say they don't need your money anymore. They've asked me to prove that the money that I have, as small as 10,000, I should come and prove how I made the 10,000 before they can pay me that 10,000. So I'm battling for the past 1 year. So I'm imagining those who have 1 million, 10 million, 20, the politicians that had hidden our monies. They will not give it to them all. Into uncle be a discaqua and watch them. Things are changing, seriously. And it will help us anyway. Isn't it? It will help us. Natural disasters. God doesn't spare anybody. In America, there is hurricane. They've even named the hurricanes. Tornadoes. The wind is coming, breaking houses, turning cars around, and then even killing human beings. That is America that you want to go. And you, don't go. Why? Don't go. Oh, Ghana is nice. The ICT is taking over jobs. So there's so much unemployment. Some people have lived in the house for the past 3-4 years. And you guys are going to continue the unemployment. I hope by the end of this seminar, you would have gathered some information as to how to be on your own. If you are already employed, how to improve the employment. Please, this morning, listening to me, so important. We've started with change of the mindset. Henry Ford once said that anyone who refuses a change is already dead. When you eventually die, the funeral is a mere detail. So if you have refused a change and you are now 25 years old, you're already dead. Now if you die at the age of 60, that 60 years funeral is a mere detail. From 25 to 60, you are already dead, a living corpse. Where would that die? Because you are refusing change. So we are poor. I want you to visualize this. The other time I showed it to you. Up to today, I haven't had any answers to how to get it out. How did it enter? That's the challenge. You don't know how you can make the business. How you can create money. You don't know. It's just like this. How did it enter? And I'm saying that it's the mind. But if it's the mind, then it's computerized. But it's not computerized, it's real. And I assured the organizers last year, doctor and your people, that I can get it out. Why can't you get it out? I asked them more. My dear friends, I started with nothing. No capital. 1986. No capital whatsoever. I saw a shop closed for the past 5 years. I went to ask for the owner. I went an effort to ask for the owner. They said he was in Abidjan. I went all the way down to Abidjan. Determination. The man came down and gave me the shop and asked me to give him some business for the other shops because they were two. Humbly, I also tried to help him for the other shop. So the one he gave me, there was no rent advance. Why? Because of the network, because of the way I have been to Abidjan. I showed commitment, solidarity. All these are ingredients of creating wealth. You are not writing them down. By the time I finish, you would have forgotten all the steps. The carpenters were on credit. Painting was on credit. The first drugs that I put them on credit. Why? Networking, integrity, goodwill, credibility, good friends made me start my business without capital. Emphasis, without capital. Those don't sit here and tell me because you don't have capital, that's why you will not be able to create your business. It's not true. My definition for a poor person is a lazy person. You are lazy in your mind. You are lazy with your legs. That's why you are poor. So make the effort. That's another ingredient. Make the effort. So I started. Then I added hard work. Hard work means going to the shop very early, making sure to arrange the place. Hard work means interacting with the customers. You must also be knowledgeable in your business, in the kind of vocation you want to go into. You must also have the skill. You come to my shop, I will just tell you that you will never ever die. The moment you come to Carmen's shop, God is with you. You won't die. If you go home and you die, how would you come and ask me that, you told me I won't die and now I have died? So if you want to go into hairdressing, assure them that as for me, if I touch your hair will grow. It will grow. If it doesn't grow, let him come and say that you don't have faith. Tell him that you don't have faith. That's why your hair is not growing. Otherwise, with my hands, everybody that I touch, the hair grows. Have a skill. The right attitude. Right attitude. My dear friends, I'm just announcing to you that we are in the 21st century. And it has come with a revolution that your eye is not seeing. But it's real. And it's unfortunate that you guys cannot see that there is a revolution. When Rollins came and said he was having a revolution, people could see the soldiers in the streets. But now there is a revolution where you don't see soldiers. But there's a revolution. And if you don't know and you don't see it, then how can you create the wealth? Because the system is changing, which you don't see. Every century, which is 100 years, comes with its own form of revolution. 19th century, for 100 years, 200 years, there was slave trade. So they were buying human beings all over the world. Then they saw that there were human beings 9 feet tall in Africa, specifically West Africa. The Mali, the Nigerians, part of Burkina Faso, Ghana, we had people 9 feet tall. My father was about 7 feet. Now look at me, so short. Why? Because my mother was short, and I never had any good aeration. The room I slept was so poor that there was no window. So I didn't get oxygen to grow my bones. However, they depleted all these 9 feet people. So they left the short ones. That's why you are all short. The huge ones. These days, I don't know whether we have anybody huge, tall, to about 7 feet 5 to 8. But our former president Kufuor, he is also tall. But it's not even up to 7. So people taller than him were the people that were so strong. And you know the quality control. They ask you to show your teeth. Then they'll hammer it with a hammer. Bang! The number of teeth that will drop depends upon your strength. Bang! Then everything goes down. So even though he's tall, we don't need him. Bang! Nothing breaks. Yes, he's the guy. Those are the basketball players. So they had to chain them because one man can kill about 20 of the whites. They had to chain them. They had to separate them. They had to whip them. And that's how they also introduced the guns. So they don't come near me and I shoot you. That's the kind of revolution that went on. And these people could stand the average of the weather, the winter. They could till the land. So anybody that had so many slaves was supposed to be the richest. So wealth was calculated on number of human beings that you had as your slaves. When we were entering the 20th century, Abraham Lincoln saw that they were being inhumane, treating the human beings like animals. So there was a law that nobody should have slaves. And slavery was abolished. Whatever you wanted the human beings to do for you, get a machine. So industrialization started. You started having machines to plow the land, looms to make the textiles, compressors to compress tablets, and so on and so forth. 20th century was industrialization. It was during that period, 20th century, that Ghana had our independence, 1957, in the middle of it. Nkrumah had been in America, had been in UK, has seen that there was a revolution, which was industrial. Then he said, okay, then me and my people will be in the boat of industrialization. He created Tema. Tema was just a village with sea. Tema wasn't as you see it today. He pushed the sea back and blocked it with stones and created Tema as an industrial city. Changed the harbor from Cape Coast, Takoradi, to Tema. So they had to dredge, take the sand from the sea so that the ships could come and dock. Ghana was manufacturing our own television, our own radio called Akasanoma. How many of you saw it? Oh, raise up your hands so that they will agree with me that there was Ghana. Ghana that was producing television sets, radio sets. We were making our own batteries, ever-ready battery. We were assembling Mercedes-Benz, VW here in Ghana. We were refining our own oil, which we didn't have oil at the time. That was Ghana. Every region had a factory. Rice factory in the Volta. We could make our own alcoholic beverages in Sawam. Tiles we were making at Salt Pond in the 60s. There was this blue train, beautiful, one of the best in the world, that students could sit in free of charge. Blue train. You see the railway lines. Ask yourself, where are the trains? That was Ghana. Industrial Revolution. 9 years later, we said we didn't like him. Subsequent governments didn't follow. So the factories were abandoned or sold. So we went to become poor country. Whereas those countries that embarked on the industrialization became rich, richer, richest. And we started from rich to poor, poorer, poorest. So by the end of the century, when we're entering 2000, we had become one of the poorest countries in the whole world. So we had to go and sign highly indebted poor country, 2004. And dear friends, that was the plight of Ghana. Luckily for you, you don't need to complain at all. Because we have entered a new century. And this century has come with a new form of revolution. And that's entrepreneurial. This era is called Entrepreneurial Revolution that we are going through. Are you aware? The answer is no. Do you know how to enter into the revolution? No. Do you know how to embark upon it? No. I don't know what's more. For lack of knowledge, my people, and you want to perish. That's why the organizers invited me to come and prophesy to you that now is the time. There is a revolution. And if your mind does not change to be entrepreneurial, you are finished. We are already in the 18th year. And it happens for only 100 years. 18 is already going. 17 is already gone. You didn't see it. And now I'm telling you, inform the president the cabinet, everybody, that we are in a different era. And the era is entrepreneurial. So as a country, we need to search for what is entrepreneurship. What is it? And then we ask, how do we embark on it? How do we control it? How do we motivate ourselves? That is it. So it's all about the mind. My dear friend, this is the brain, a model of your mind, which is in your skull. And there's a thin line separating two lobes, left and right. Research has shown that they work differently. Whereas the left is for language, as you are listening to me, is the left side of your brain, which is following. It's the left side of your brain, which is looking at me. And even there, Christ saw it, that the people are so ignorant that they don't know what to do with their left-hand side of their brain. So if you read Matthew 13:13, Matthew chapter 13, verses 13, say the people have eyes to see, and yet they can't see. They have ears to hear, and yet they can't hear. Neither do they understand. Arrow. The right, rather, is for imagination. Donald Trump, in one of his speeches, when he said about the shithole, says that Africans cannot think beyond 1 year. Arrow. Right now, you cannot think about what you would be in the next 5 years. What will happen to you in the next 10 years? If you are here and you can think about the next 10 years, how you would be, you are a superhuman. I'm telling you. You can't think of 5 years, let alone 10 years, because your mind is only trained with the left. The left is logic. It's academic. Arguments. The left sees this wall that you cannot pass through it. That's the left. The left tells you that this is a chair for you. Sit properly. That's the left. The right is different. The right can think about distance. As you sit here, can you see the face of your parents? The type of soap that you used in the morning. Whether you dressed your bed or not, can you see it? I'm asking you, can you see it from now, from here? If you can't see, it means that your right brain is kaput. You must be able to see. Because the right brain, which is for imagination, for creativity, for innovation, for entrepreneurship. This time around, it's all the imaginative brain. Oh. How did this thing enter? Now, I hear that dream. Oh, no, where they say magical. Anything the Ghanaian doesn't understand, say witchcraft. Oh! There's no witchcraft anywhere. And yet, we've been bombarded that you believe that there's witchcraft. True or false?
True.
Other platforms who say it's true, say be you. Be na be ye. Be ye ni ho. Be ye any ho. And so when it comes to interaction, I want you to ask about be ye again. Na me nyira nkyerɛ wo. Any ho. Ya kan so bi ehun bi da. Enso na mugusu kan. A block brain no. Areho. So if you look at my story is just like this. 86, when I was 36 years. I also thought like you. I just said, in Sembibre. I said, with that one pharmacy, from dint of hard work, it started increasing. Now, as I speak to you right now, 2018, I'm all over the world. All bones them so as a jealousy be oh baboni eh along the line through dint of hard work with credibility and integrity all in the blue there was an announcement on the radio. Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo is now the chairman of Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Hey, me I owed a bank, and the bank had already confiscated one of my assets, one of my factories. When they heard that I was now the chairman of Ghana Investment Promotion, they came knocking at my door. Chairman, we have an application there for the past 2 years. Me, my family, my family factory, me 2 years ago. It's not in my regime, so forget about me. They had to beg me. Here I see the power of the Almighty. So you have to add as an ingredient fear of God, and the fear of God will give you the impetus to be a credible person. So eventually I got my factory back. My dear friends, this is where I am now. 11 pharmacy outlets, commercial estates. Can you imagine most of the banks are my tenants? And when they are paying me out of jealousy, they want to reduce the amount and say, my friend, you can't reduce it. Pay me in my dollars. So we are in Ghana, we have to pay you in cedis. My friend, convert it at the current exchange rate. No plus or minus. Addo, I'm coming to the end. And I want to tell you that it's possible in Ghana. Ghana is an acronym. GHANA. Glorious home, all nations admire. Glorious home, all nations admire. Shall we all say it? Glorious home, all nations admire. The Scandinavians, they admire Ghana. The Europeans, the Indians, the Chinese, they all admire Ghana. Unfortunately for us, all the big companies that you see, the telecoms, the 5-star hotels, they don't belong to Ghanaians. Now, I can go on and do or create a 5-star hotel, but I'm already nearing my 70, my bread. Can somebody else continue? I started with nothing, zero. Now I've come this far. One of you should be able to continue from here to have a 5-star hotel. The Ghanaian who has come as near to 5-star is 4-star, and that's Aliza. Then West Premier Point Hotel. But Moving Peak and Labadi Beach and La Palm and Golden Tulip don't have Ghanaians. And yet we patronize. Aviation, when you go to the airport right now, there are jets, over 100 of them, belonging to foreigners. Fly over our territory, identifying where our raw materials are, and picking them, taking them outside. You are young. I came to inform you that there's a new era, and there's plenty of money, plenty, more than what even America has. America have 50 states. So you cannot compare America with Ghana. Ghana, we are only one of the American 50 states. And yet, we are so rich. So rich. Read your Bible very well. Genesis will tell you what was Eden. Ghana was Eden. Everything from soil to human beings. From gold. He said when God created Adam, he said, Adam, call. Adam was standing. Adam, I said, go, I've finished with you. Adam, until God told him, I've put gold, diamond, bauxite, this, and Adam, God, thank you. Then he started moving. And that's Ghana. Don't you have gold? Oh, shout. Do you have gold? Diamond? bauxite? Do you have oil? Do you have timber? Do you have soil? Fertile soil? Do you have hospitable human beings? So why are you poor? Why are you poor? Answer. Why are you poor? Mindset, or why are you poor? What is the definition of poverty? So why are you poor? I want you to shout who you are. Why are you poor? Oh, clap for yourself for being lazy. Clap for yourself for being lazy. You are lazy in your mind. Areho. When you know what gonna happen. But because our mind is so set, we cannot think beyond whoever is near us. And that's why we are copycats. We copy what we can see. We don't go beyond what we see. So with the 1 kilometer stretch at East Legon, I've counted 29 ladies or women selling roasted plantain. 29. Are they? And there's no innovation. The same charcoal, the same cocoa, the same groundnut, the same dressing. If I were you, with this change that I have learned this morning, I will create a roasted plantain business on East Legon Road in a colorful t-shirt and trousers and kambu with bow tie, t-shirt with bow tie. It has never happened. But the description will be so apt and easy. You know that gentleman who is in t-shirt but with a bow tie, selling roasted plantain. This time around, it's not charcoal, but with oven. Behind you are table and chairs. 2 tables, 4. You have somebody who would serve them. Not only peanuts, with a tester, with the skin. Peanut without the tester. Peanut with salt. Peanut with sugar. Peanut with nothing. Then I'll add Kobe. Because some people from the village, they like Kobe. Even though he's in his suit, he remembers the Kobe. I'll add it. I'll have some simple music around. And I'll be dancing. I'll be dancing along. I tell you, you will attract attraction. And people will come to your place. If you are clapping, clap well. So as I speak to you today, you see all pharmacy shops. I wanted to change the face of pharmacy profession. This is my new pharmacy at Laboni. Christmas, we were in South Africa, and I went with my staff, and they saw that there's no pharmacy in South Africa near us. The ambience, the arrangement, the beauty. No pharmacy outside comes anywhere near ours. Look at the ceiling. With that shapes, and we have colored bulbs. Sometimes we put red, others we put crimson, others blue, the green, yellow, and then we do all that to attract our customers. When you enter, you don't want to go. I'm the only pharmacy here in Ghana. Around here, I have a restaurant. Whilst you wait for your prescription, you can also eat. Innovation. Not only that, I have a lab, medical lab. When you come, you are bending on the counter. You say, "Oh, yare. Oh, precision. Oh, mobile. Please come this way. We'll take your blood." And I have one of the best machines You put it in, and the computer will tell you everything to run down the chemistry of your blood. Then we'll show it to you. Or like even yesterday, a woman was so impressed. She was so impressed. I entreat you. Come with your parents. Come with your friends to Mikado Pharmacy and see for yourself what we are doing there in the 21st century with this entrepreneurial mindset type of revolution. My dear friends, maybe where is it? Next slide. So, if I am innovating, then I want you to also innovate. I want you to innovate. Innovate the way you study, the way you do your business. This simple man coming from Sushain, near Koforidua, has this plaza in Accra here. Hey, a lecturer asked me during self-introduction, first year at the university, reading pharmacy. We were 35 in class. We were doing self-introduction. You mention your name. I'm from Wesley Girls. I come from Cape Coast. I am Ntribo Siako. Come from Bekwai. I went to Prempeh College. He got to my 10. I said, Addo Michael from Sushain. Then the lecturer said, where is Sushain? I said, please, it's not on the map. So you can see it. So, when I look at your face, you can't be a pharmacist. You don't deserve to be a pharmacist. You don't fit into this noble profession called pharmacy. As if he was just joking. My dear friends, he failed me level 100, failed me 200, failed me 300. But that subject that he was failing me, there were other lecturers. He will fail me, by the time we add all the ones that I have done well, I just get D. 100 I went through, 200 I went through, 300 it has been on the notice board. Again, that subject D. Rest B, A plus, B plus. But that particular subject, this lecturer has warned me, always D. In the history of KNUST, before me and after me, it has never happened that they said there was a mistake in the results pasted on the notice board. It was removed. It came back after 2 weeks. My dear friends, I was the only one affected. That particular subject, this time F. True story. Papa, am I anything? My cousin girl now. Because there was a rumor, I don't know whether it's gone now, that if you crisscross a lecturer with some of these girls, they victimize you. I don't know whether I was part of it. And if you're a lecturer here, please refrain from that. Victimizing a student is never good. I went to do it again I failed. So I had to repeat. A brilliant boy, I had to repeat level 300. I managed to pass through, finished. A lecturer also came to ask me, what have you done to this particular lecturer? You had second class upper, but he said we should give you pass because you repeated. We battled with him, eventually we gave you second class lower. Take it to the world. Why? Maybe it was God's will. Now I'm a fellow, when the lady was introducing me, fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists. Fellow, that's only any packet. Papa also said, I'm fit to be a pharmacist. Omra said, ne, me a fellow. Then Namia said, no, or that's any untimi. And it's obey here. Don't let witchcraft, don't let anybody stop your destiny. You have to create your own destiny. Persistence, determination. And I said, Namidina Haya, I deal with Yamidia you. Nanya Nunko. Okay? Where's your factory? When they call all over the world, a merger with Aspen. Where's your media? Where Okumasi? Prime area. So finally, I want to treat you that if you want to do business, it's about these 6 M's. Manpower, which is you sitting here. You need money, not much. You need machines, you need materials, marketing, and time. If you have these ingredients, you must be able to create your business. And manpower here is integrity, credibility. So, if you finish with that, then the challenges are here. Go by it. These are challenges. You will meet stress, no time for your family, but you should be okay. So change your mindset, be determined and persevere. So in conclusion, you must be aware that we are in 21st century. Identify opportunities, seize them, and take a step. You have to begin now. This we have already discussed. You have to talk about attitude. The knowledge you have is so small. So finally, it is this that is in the book. I want to leave a legacy for you guys. How to create wealth. I've written it in a book. Do you have samples here to show? Read it and work what you read. And you see that. You see that God's factor is here. Fear of God. Very, very important. Shall we all read the conclusion? The road to success. Let's start. Go. The road to success is not straight. There is a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, and caution lights called family. You have flats called jobs. But if you have a spare called determination, an engine called perseverance, insurance called faith, and a driver, you will make it to a place called success. Thank you very much. And that's the book. And I would like the next 10 minutes for these guys to ask me your question. The book has enlisted all the ingredients to make you a wealthy person, for you to be successful. When you've made it, I've written another one, how to sustain. That's a winning attitude. The sector that we are in right now is innovative. I want them to ask your questions for you. Anything, why you are poor, how can you create wealth? If you have a list of the first 50, I'll give them free mouthwash. 1 sample each. It's the best mouthwash in town now, formulated by this boy whom the guy thought couldn't be a pharmacist. So first 50 will get free samples. And God's factor is Sabroso olive oil. Sabroso olive oil. Now if you hear the pastors talking about olive oil, it's true. If you read your Bible very well, very, very important tool to talk to your God. Get a copy. Get a sample. All right. Well, so long as you have the edge, the ignition, the spark to start your own business, I would say you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs have that kind of mindset to push themselves into another level. Even though you are copying, if you add innovative ways, processes, like the way you design your place, you are still an entrepreneur, even though you are copying. From this seminar this morning, I'm adding that
have a change. So change the style where you were before. Change the environment. Change your attitude. The moment you add change, you are a better entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are people that have the spark, the ignition to be on their own. Organizing resources, put them together to form a business. Even though it's the same, I will still consider you as an entrepreneur. But add on from here that add a change, innovation to whatever you want to create.
What advice would you give to a young person who may not be lucky or blessed like you to get a generous man coming all the way from Abidjan because you did a follow-up? I mean, of course, I'm sure we have a lot of young guys like me who have done a lot of hard work. They have good friends, but unfortunately their friends are not rich and they don't have people to help them like you did or you had. So what advice would you give to such a person so that the person can also succeed like you? Thank you.
I believe I'm not unique. I'm just like you. If I'm not even worse off from where I'm coming from, Sushen. Are you telling me you don't have a family? You don't belong to any society? You never went to any school, so you had classmates? Are you telling me you don't belong to any church where you see people? Wherever you are, under the sun, you are friends. I see this, the kind of human beings that you are now, that you want to live independently. And you take the gadgets, mobile phone, your laptop as your friends. Then you'll be poor. Then you will be poor. I went to KNUST to look out for my son. He wasn't there. So I went to the next room. Hello, come in. I went in. Do you know Kofi Addo? So which Kofi Addo? There are 4 in that room. And a lot of people come to perch there. We don't know the one you are talking about. Oh, the black one. He's reading pharmacy. And 2 guys next door. They said they don't know him. So you don't interact. You don't know him. So we don't know him. Our time, we were 400 boys at Republic Hall. I knew almost everybody's name and the course that they all did, including some of their parents. I knew when they were coming, where they went to, which homes that they were coming from. Now, next door neighbor, you don't know him. Sometimes I go to a restaurant. I see elderly man about 40s to 50s with a young lady. You could see that girl is coming from one of the universities. They've come out to eat. I watch her, see that this girl will be on the phone. And this man will be folding the arms watching her. I want something good from him. The occasion, oh, please, I'm coming. The boyfriend has just called her. Then come to sit down. The attitude is bad. What am I saying? And attitude is 60% too. So my dear friend, you know people. You have to show connection. Before you leave here, you should have so many of the contact numbers. You should smile at them. Interact. You never know. One of the girls or boys' father can employ you from here. Discuss. Anyway, me my bread.
So, Doug, there's a follow-up question again. There's a young boy who started a business, brought in investors, then fortunately and unfortunately brought in a family member to help. Then unfortunately the family member had to sabotage him, go for the business, and now he's back to ground zero. He goes to friends, they are not ready to help him. He's done a lot of hard work and still working hard, no help. Another advice?
Don't talk about help. Help is coming from you. You have to help yourself. So you've got to have the attitude, the know-how, the knowledge, as to know how to circumvent jealous people. Right now, I'm doing a research on envy and jealousy among Ghanaians. And the results I'm getting is so fantastic. Kleinian theory about jealousy is that everybody is born with it. Okay. Everybody. Okay. the cry is jealousy. Because if you don't cry, they will beat you. They will beat you. Okay? Doc, do you have to stop? Okay. Yeah, okay. It's unfortunate anytime you invite me, you restrict me with time. It disturbs my thinking and my flow of concluding for the people. So if you think you have so many of the lecturers coming, don't invite me. Because I really want to see the thing go down your bones to the bone marrow. So that after this lecture, you can be on your own. And yet we are restrained by time. And tomorrow, you are not coming. The next day, you are not coming. I had to forego a lot of things to come and talk to you. But I'm just grateful for this short period. I hope you have enjoyed it. But they are saying our time is up. So, 5 minutes. The way the lady is even standing on our neck. Penny for us, what dynamic console.
All right. Okay, Doc. Maybe this one will help. I know there are a lot of factors involved in starting businesses and becoming an entrepreneur, as you've listed for us. 6 M's. Really, these are very powerful steps. One of the factor, or one of the most important, will also be money issues. Aside not going to the bank for a loan, can you maybe suggest to someone 2 or 3 other alternative ways you can gather funds to start your own business?
Short answer is that money out of the 6 M's is the least important. The most important is the manpower, your mindset, your integrity, your connections, your network. My definition for money is people. Before you make it, during the time you are making it, how to save it, how to use it, it's all people. So if you are here and you are they call it antisocial, you don't like people, I wonder whether you will be rich. The free-going, easy-going type of people, they are supposed to be rich people. So be free. Don't be shy. Don't be too proud to talk to people. The ordinary has something to offer you. So please, money is not important. However, if we come to money, the first thing is you. How much do you have yourself? How much have you saved? What do you have in your possession that you can sell to start your business? Second is your parents. If they trust you, they can get something for you. Third, your friends. Fourth is your society. Fifth, it can go on and on, including your church. I wonder when you have a society within your church, and then you come to me for assistance when I don't know you. Go to your church members. If you start your business, the first people to patronize your sewing, your hairdressing, your selling, your service should be your church members. That's why we go to church, to fellowship, to help one another. I pray that from here, whoever is sitting here would have heard me loud and clear that money making is about networking. It's about your mindset. Be grateful to God that you have come here to listen to me. We are wrapping up. And so my message to you is that it is possible in Ghana. Ghana is a beautiful home. Glorious whom all nations admire. The Greenwich Meridian passes through Tema. Equator passes through our shores. The crossroad of the world is in Ghana. God himself is a Ghanaian. So if you don't make it, blame yourself. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame the Addo. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your church. Don't blame yourself. Because it's possible. If I have made it, you should be able to make it. Shall we pray? Close your eyes. Because all that you have heard, you might have heard it, but you don't understand it. Our Christ, our Savior, admonished us in a parable in Matthew 13 and 14. That the people have ears to hear, but they don't hear, neither do they understand. This morning, my prayer is that you should have eyes to see, and you should see. Ears to hear, and you should hear. You should understand. Could you put your hand on the right-hand side of your brain, which is lacking? Put your hand on the right-hand side of your brain. Could you open your eyes? Now, if you put it here, it's wrong. In the brain, it's the other way around. Your right brain is here, and the left brain. That's why when you get stroke, the other side, opposite side, gets paralyzed. So either you put it this way, or use your left hand to put it that way. Your right brain. So if even you didn't know, you are even on the left side. Shall we put our hands on our right brain and pray for yourself? 10 seconds. And I see people putting on your cheeks. Your brain is not in your cheek. It's in your head. Good Lord, help your people to open their right-hand side of their brain for them to be able to imagine their future. The destiny is in their hands. Let them hold it fast and take a walk. The silence is giving you the power. God is here. Where 2 or 3 are gathered together, His presence is there. And making reference to Him means that we are acknowledging His power. He has been able to help me. He should be able to help you. In a year by now, there must be testimonies. Amen. Let the people say amen. 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 Okay, thank you.
Let's do it better for Agyekum. What do we tell Agyekum?